Hey friends, over the last few months, Squarespace has released some new features. I love making these videos and updating you on the new features. We're gonna walk through 8 new features on the platform that you need to know about. Okay, so I'm gonna show you all of these features on my demo website as you see here on my screen. First and foremost, you probably heard about this, but if you didn't, this is gonna be a light introduction to Fluid Engine. So here we are on the back end of my demo website, and the first update that I need to share with you is gonna be Fluid Engine. If you haven't heard about it already, I'm gonna share a quick glimpse of how it works, but I have other content that really walks into it. This is a huge change for Squarespace, and it makes the platform way more powerful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit add section here. And as you can see, there's a lot more design options that did not used to exist before that exist now. You could do this all natively. Before to do something like this, you had to custom code it. It was a ton of work. But as you see here, there are a lot of options of how you can design pages, content overall. I think one of my favorites they made was this. This is so busy, but it's definitely showing you the capabilities of what you can do with Fluid Engine. Wonderful, beautiful. So if you have a section like this and you want to make it Fluid Engine, you can do it by clicking upgrade in the top corner here. When you do this, it changes it from the old block method to these new block method where you can just click and drag, drop something into the page, create it how you want. Again, I have a ton of content on how you can do this and scale it for yourself. All right, so one bonus that just came out after I recorded this video, literally the same week, is a game changer. So let me show you right now. With Fluid Engine, you have this ability to come into your content and then highlight whatever you want, one block, multiple blocks, and you can duplicate. Oh, this is amazing. In this case, this isn't the best because I don't need it here, but let's say I add a section and then I have something like this. I'll just do this quickly. So the beauty of this is before you would have to create all these elements. If you wanted to create 3 columns, you'd have to create them all 3 times and all that. Now you could create one, get it dialed exactly as you want, and then from there, just duplicate. Look at that. Literally, this just sped up the process so much. So I'd probably have to move this over just 1, maybe 2. Gotta find center here. It's probably there. Oh, whoa. There we go. And just like that, I could find the center line here and center these 3 on the page, and we're good to go. Literally just like that, I was able to just quickly and easily review this. And if you hit G, it shows you the grid behind it. So it makes it really easy for you to see where things are at. There's 2 spaces on this side, 2 spaces on this side. We're done. And we just created this section in literally less than a minute. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Look at that. Beautiful. There's no icons, but it's beautiful. But this is just very much an intro to it. And I know they're gonna be adding new features to this constantly, so definitely check out the other video content up in the corner or down below where you could learn more. I made a video on 10 amazing design styles that are new to Squarespace because of Fluid Engine. You definitely wanna check that out if you have a site that you wanna redesign or add sections. What's cool about this is you can use Fluid Engine just for specific sections, so you don't have to upgrade your whole site or change everything or redesign everything. If you do use Fluid Engine, the one thing to keep in mind, which is my third point here on this specific update, is that mobile is designed fully customizable for the design. So let me show you what I mean. Here we have this major section, and then we have this image here. When you go to mobile, well, you could organize this how you want. You could see it actually just perfectly stacked on top of each other. But if I wanted to, I could actually put the text below it and put the image above. So it gives me full control of that. You can customize the sizing, all of it. So if desktop has one look, mobile could have a completely separate look. And when you go back to desktop, nothing changes. This is really powerful. It's really cool. But you do have to design mobile as well. So before you would just design desktop and it would naturally flow into mobile. Now, if you do not design mobile, it will look really ugly. So you have to do both. Number 2, Cookie options for your site are more advanced. So let's take a look. If we go to settings and then we go to cookies and visitor data, check this out. They have a lot more options. Before it was just either turn it on or turn it off, but now you have a lot more that you can work with. So if I turn it on, you'll see it gives a few options here. Cookie banner typed, opt in, just accept, or is it opt in and opt out? This really helps with GDPR and all of that. And then the actual format, this used to be there before, so that's easy. You can customize it. I'm gonna hit save changes, where you want it to go, accept, decline, the actual disclaimer, all of that. But now you have the decline button. Before, that didn't exist. And so, especially for GDPR, if you're in Europe, this is a lot more user-friendly. I don't know if it's fully robust for all of GDPR, but it is a lot more user-friendly in general. And if you come to this page and you don't see this, you will see it eventually. As a Squarespace, as a designer, I end up getting features sometimes a little bit earlier. So if you don't see it yet, it will come soon. Also here you can see you can disable Squarespace Analytics depending on how the cookie banner is set up, and then it shows the activity log as well. You can keep that or get rid of it as well. Number 3 is this search button at the top of the menu. I think this works really well. I think they're gonna make some updates because there's some spots where it's a little confusing. But what this does is it allows you to search your entire site, and not the site content, but the back end of the site. So if you're like, something said I need to change the code in like the code injection. Well, if I just start typing in code injection, it shows me there. If I need to change something in like custom CSS, I could start typing that in and see it there. Where's the email tool? I know there's an email like campaign tool. Okay, cool. You can see it here. So this gives you an easy way to find shortcuts if you forget. Was it in the design panel? Was it in commerce, marketing, settings? Where do I change the cookies? Well, I could do that if I go to, okay, perfect. Just start typing in cookies and it'll take you there. It's a really nice shortcut. It used to just be /. So if you hit / on your keyboard, it still is /, but now it is up here at the top of your menu. And again, if you don't see it, that just might be the case, because if I go to my demo website, it's not showing up, but eventually it will. So it's a really useful tool. It is a little confusing if you're like on a blog page, for example. So let me go here and then go to like the actual blog page. If it showed up here, that would be a little confusing, but overall it's showing up like here too. It's a little confusing because it seems like I'm searching this page, but you'll get the point. All right, number 4, this is a small update, but it's important to mention, especially if you do e-commerce. So if I go to the editor and then I'm in the editor here and then I click on edit site header, once I'm in here, the elements, you have a few more options to edit the site. So there's 2 new things in here that I want to highlight. Number 1 is the cart. So the cart used to just be like a standard icon. There was nothing you could change. It was just one icon. Now it could be icon or text. And so you can see that here. And then also it gives you the option if you want to show 0 or you want to show something added to the cart. Because before it was just basically on default, I think a 0 there. But now you could say, I just want it to look like a cart. And when they add something, show 1, 2, 3, etc. So you have a few more controls here. Then also number 2 that I want to highlight in this section is language switch. So this is when you use the WeGlow app, which we're gonna actually create more content on this. The software is really powerful. It uses machine learning to translate your website into whatever language you want, and then it's really easy to add to your site. So translations used to be so complicated on Squarespace, and when you think about SEO and all of that, it used to be a hot mess. But they're getting a lot better at it, and this is the start of making Squarespace websites so powerful with just a few clicks. We're gonna be using it for the Launch Happy website, and we're gonna be integrating it fully, so I'll be creating more content on that as well. So basically what this button does is it gives people control if you do have 3 or 4 languages on your site to put it in the menu and easily change it with just a few clicks natively in the platform. Next, number 5 on our list is going to be the marketing page. Now, this is one of my favorite spots on the back end of Squarespace, but we're going to click on marketing. There is a lot here that you can use, and they've just designed this in a way where they've given you a ton of control. Number one, the email campaign tool is amazing. It offers so much, even for just automated emails with orders and things like that. It's really powerful. Profiles is really interesting as well. You can see potential leads, anybody who's purchased from your site, and anyone who's subscribed to your newsletter. SEO, obvious, that's an important one. Definitely check out our SEO content if you haven't. We have a ton of free resources online for you. Location management helps you manage all your Google My Business listings on your site, so you could do all of that here. Promotional pop-up, we know what that is. Announcement bar, that's been here for a while as well. But this section here with all the tools that they offer and everything they're helping you, encouraging you to be a part of or do, is really, really powerful. And it's all just built into this marketing page. I love this page. I spend so much time here. We send out a newsletter every week from our site. We use the SEO tab, obviously. Profiles as well. It helps us segment our audience for people who have purchased or people who haven't purchased, all of that. So it helps us really grow our business with tools that can help us scale in a really efficient way. Next, if you haven't been introduced already, member areas are on Squarespace and they work great. So if you go to settings, click member areas and turn this on, you could create content that is gated. And then the structure of it, this is what's new. If I go to pages and I go to member areas and I click plus, the actual options for the subscription are becoming more advanced. And I bet there's going to be more updates to this soon because they're really pushing into this world a lot. So you could call this subscription what you like, perfect. And then here there are options. So let's take a look at a few of the options they have. For a payment plan, you could do repeats once, twice, whatever, boom, every month, every week, or every year. You could add additional subscription options here as well. So if you want to give them different breakdowns, it could just be a fixed amount. So for example, let me go back and then let's go to fixed amount. You could do 1 payment, 3 payments, 5 payments, whatever you like here, and do that. Add other payment options as well. And it could just be free. So this shows you with ease how quickly it is to set up a member area where people have to log in and to access the content. All right, so we've gone through 6 and now we're gonna go to the 7th tip. Right before I do the 7th tip, these 7 and 8 are really nice, but I do wanna highlight down below, you should definitely check out our free resources. We have a ton of free resources, whether you're trying to get started with blogging or you're building your portfolio website, or you just want to advance your site with SEO, there are a ton of free resources down below that we offer that you should go check out today. Cool, now back to the video number 7. Let's talk about this scale text feature. If you haven't seen this before, it's definitely worth checking out. I did talk about this in my last update, but I think it's worth mentioning because it's only getting better. So if you double click into a section of text, there's this new feature here where it shows us like A with like the corners. So when you click on that, what it does is it scales the text. So let me show you a clear example. Boom. It'll scale the text to the size of the frame that you want it to be. So if I drag this all the way over, again, I'm in Fluid Engine, so I can do that. Let me actually move this back up, go here, perfect. There we go, perfect. So just like that, it is, let me double check the spacing, all looks good. Now that text will go across the screen. So if I hit save and I make the page a little bit smaller, it adjusts accordingly. If the page gets bigger, it adjusts accordingly. Doing this with code is so complicated, and now you can do it with a few clicks. There are a few kinks that they need to work out to make it a little bit better. As you saw there, when it's on 2 lines, it kind of works, it kind of doesn't. It's scaling the font to 2 separate sizes, which can be okay, but also can be a little weird. Like, brand is so big. If I did like your is huge. This gets a little bit excessive, could be too, like just a little bit much. Wow, my whole page is so long now, but you could see here, like there's a ton of control. I think that's a loading issue. Let me just hit save, should be good to go. Yeah, so this is cool, but the font sizes are all different. And then the actual spacing between the font is hard to control. In this case, it looks decent, but sometimes it just doesn't, and you might want it a little bit closer. So those things might get worked out later, or just might be a custom code solution. Anyway, scaling text, this feature is so cool. It works really well. I think they did really good on the Circle Day website. So this is the scale text feature here. If I make my screen smaller, or larger, you'll see how it just expands. It's so useful. This looks really, really nice. Next, number 8, this is the video block, and this is a huge update for Squarespace, and I really am curious on where they're gonna go with this. So let me click into this. Let's talk about the video block. So I'm gonna click the plus sign and then drag a video block in. So if I click this edit tool here, this little pencil, this looks very normal. It looks like what it used to look like, but there's a lot more that you can do. So if I click the plus sign, you can upload a file now, which was not there before. If you have the file on your site, you could easily just put one video and then add it to 7 pages. And then you could also just, what you used to do or only be able to do is add a link from YouTube or Vimeo. This is crazy. The power of this is actually really, really nice. So you could upload a video directly to your site, which wasn't possible before. And then from there, you have like free storage. You could buy a plan with like video content for more storage, but you have 30 minutes free. The way I think this works, I could be wrong. The way I think this works is if you upload a 5-minute video, even if you delete it, it takes 5 minutes from this 30. So just bear that in mind. It doesn't replenish. It's not 30 minutes and then you upload a 5-minute. Yeah, you get the point. So this feature though gives you the option to upload content. So if you just want a quick B-roll video or like a GIF or something that you just want to upload like for a background or something for like 10 seconds, 5 seconds, you could just upload it directly to your site rather than uploading it to YouTube or Vimeo and then getting kind of like a weird user experience. This will really improve user experience and allow you the option to upload content directly. I think it's so cool. I think they're heading, all these things are signs of where they're heading. And I really believe it's going to offer so much potential for new sites to look and feel gorgeous, custom, beautiful, on brand with just a few clicks. So definitely check out the resources down below. If you got value from the video, hit the like button. If you have any questions at all about Squarespace, drop them in the comments below. And if you made it to the end of the video, drop that in the comment below too. Made it to the end. I would love to hear from you. Finally, if you want more content like this, subscribe. We publish 3 new videos a week to help you grow your business online. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.